seminar on that, come and see me. I can always discuss with you. Minimum half a day, if possible 1 full day. We can go through this and you benefit the organization. Okay. Now coming back to remember I told you the first step in innovation is to reset the mind. This is very important. Okay. To reset the mind means you must reset all the 4 parts of the brain. You know, to see what we can do with our brain. Now, some people use the word thinking outside the box. Some people use the word flexible thinking. Some people say open-mindedness. Okay, these are other terms to describe resetting of the brain. You see, what happens is that many of us, we are trapped in a certain frame of thinking. Like these people, they're trapped in the box. They cannot move out of the box. The way of thinking is very limited, you know. So they cannot be creative. They cannot be innovative. They don't have any ideas because they are basically just, you know, thinking around the same old boundaries, like, you know, okay. So that's why people say you must think outside the box, you must get out of the box and think outside the box. In other words, to be flexible in your thinking, to be open-minded. But this morning, I want to use another word, another term I call it thinking upside down. Thinking upside down is my way of saying you need to change your perspective. Okay, you need to see things from a different point of view. Whereas last time you've been seeing things from one way, we call it one-track mind. One-track mind is you only see one way only. You cannot entertain any other point of view. What I'm trying to tell you is this. You need to sometimes change your perspective. Means you need to take in other viewpoints. Then only there is variety, there is richness in your thinking. Then only the ideas can come out. This is really the starting point of creativity innovation. Afterwards, when the main speaker talks about creative innovation, you realize that all these ideas and all these tips that's going to be given to you can only really be absorbed into your system if you care to change your perspective. And therefore this morning I want to, this half an hour talk, I want to just go through with you what happens when we see things upside down. Okay, upside down, I don't require you to stand on your head, you know, and see things this way, but just a colorful way of telling you to change your perspective. And I'm going to show you a series of pictures. Okay, and then in each picture I've embedded a lesson for us, a lesson in creativity innovation. Okay, now you will see a series of pictures, and then we will see what happens. Okay, now why do we need to change our perspective? I will also tell you the benefit after each picture I'm going to show you. Although there are 5, you will see the benefit of each one of them. Okay, now the first picture I call exercise 1. You look at this wonderful bowl of vegetables. Okay, can you tell me what you see here? Okay, it's a bowl. You can see onion, a big onion here. You can see radish, you know, and some other fruits I'm not very familiar, vegetable I'm not very familiar with. Okay, but it is a bowl of vegetable, just a bowl of vegetable. Nothing very special. Okay, now what happens when I turn this picture upside down? Okay, this is what you will see. I see the same picture. Some people say, no lah, Mr. Lee, it's a different picture. But I guarantee you, it's the same picture. You don't believe me? And you can stand upside down and you see lah. Then you see this picture. I guarantee you this. I didn't do anything to the picture. The same picture, I turn it upside down, and you see the face of a person. In fact, the title of this picture is called The Gardener. This is the person who supposedly he grew the vegetable, you know. Okay. Now, you'll be also amazed to know that this picture was painted in the 15th century by an Italian artist. I don't need to go through the details with you. Just that you know, it's a very old picture. Okay. So in those days, the artist is an Italian artist. He was being very playful, you know. To him, a picture must make sense both ways. To him, it's not good enough to paint just a picture. He wants the picture to work both ways, this way, that way, you know. So that's why he painted it that way. But many people fail to notice the second picture. Now, some people see this, and then some people see this, and then they say, "Oh, that's all," you know. But they fail to notice. Okay. Now, seeing this picture is very nice. You know, it's very fun. But what is the lesson behind this? Now, I told you that for each picture there will be a benefit. Okay. The benefit of this picture is this. This is the first lesson of innovation. Often when you change your perspective, you get to see surprising things. Sometimes even inspiring things. The picture was just an example for you. Okay? That if you care to change your perspective, not necessarily see upside down, that means you see things from a different perspective, a different angle, you can see wonderful things. And this is very important in creativity innovation. To be creative, you need to see things from different point of view. And I promise you, you will see very nice things. Surprising things that can help you in your work. If you're an entrepreneur, it can help you in the business. Okay? You may be just a clerk, or you can be a CEO of a company. But it applies to every level. Okay? From the clerk to the CEO, if you care to just look at things differently, from a different dimension, so to say, you will see, you sometimes get to see surprising things. And I challenge you to do that. Okay? This is the first lesson of creativity. You see the benefit of changing your perspective? The picture illustrates that. Okay? The second picture I'm going to show you. This picture was drawn in the 1950s, 1940s in England by English artists. What we see here, we see a very fierce-looking policeman, kan? Okay, looks very fierce, with a frown, and he's looking at you, he's not very happy. Okay. Now the same picture, I turn it upside down. What do you get? You cannot guess, but this is the same picture, not upside down. So what do we see here? We now see a very surprised-looking sailor. Okay, he's looking very surprised. The same picture, I guarantee you again, same picture. Okay. So this picture also makes sense both ways. This way, that way also it works. Okay. And one is a policeman, the other one is a sailor. Now, what is the lesson here? What is the lesson here? The lesson in innovation. This is the second lesson I give to you. This is very important. I think it's more important than the first. It says that always there are at least two sides to an issue. Okay? And sometimes the two sides are two equally valid sides. And you will tend to make better decisions when you consider both sides. Do you agree with me? Most issues have two sides. You may think this is like this. Some other people may think like that. And sometimes both sides are equally true. And therefore a decision maker must consider both sides or all sides. Maybe there are 3 sides or 4 sides. Different people, different opinion. Don't dismiss a certain way of looking at things. Consider other sides of the issue. Then your decision will be stronger. And that's why a CEO or decision maker in a company, when they make decisions based on their own thinking, their own concepts, without referring to the grassroots, so to say, then they will tend to make weaker decisions. But if he draws his ideas or opinion from we call it ground zero, at the staff level, he goes down to the market, he goes to the warehouse, he goes to the accounting department, he sees what is going on, and he hears the voice of his people.